Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to round 3 of the tracc.eu GT3 Cup here at the lovely Suzuka Circuit. I am Soleil Drocrox, and today I'm joined by Psycho Kaiza here in the booth for today's race. How are you doing, Psycho?
Hello Soleil. I'm doing really fine right now. And yeah, can't wait to see the TGT3 drivers in action in Suzuka. Technically the second time in the calendar because sorry, second time in the overall track calendar because VTrack was here a few weeks ago. But
Mhm.
yeah, I can't wait to see how they tackle this very challenging track. You know, it's very narrow, a very fun track to do laps on. But you know, we might see some very intense racing. You know, might not be a lot of overtakes, but of course, you know, these drivers, I'm pretty sure they are going to be pressuring themselves a lot with, with how the night conditions and maybe a chance of rain as well heading to the race.
Oh. Well, that will definitely make things very exciting. The past two races have been very entertaining racing products, one after another. So the race here at Suzuka has a tough act to follow for the drivers here. But I'm sure with the I believe 18 turns this track has, there's going to be plenty of opportunities for people to make overtakes, even if they're on the sketchier side.
Yeah, indeed. I'm pretty sure we'll see a lot of overtakes, mostly coming through turn two, through the S's, maybe even Degno's one or two, and the hairpin. But I'm pretty sure mostly it's gonna come to either the hairpin, or one to the R, or probably the Casio triangle as well.
Yeah, for sure. Um, no, there's a lot of people all kind of very close to one another in the points championships for both AM and Pro class. So definitely a lot of people kind of wanting to push to get those points, especially since we're after this race we're going to be at the halfway point of the season.
Yeah, Alton Park really shook things up from last 2 weeks. So yeah, we're gonna go through the standings, starting with the team championship. So at the moment we have Ivis Motorsports, a full Hungarian team, leading the team standings with 74 points, followed by Grip Brothers Racing with 56 points, and then in P3 at the moment is In the Wall Sim Racing 2. In fourth, there's also In the Wall Sim Racing, and in P5 we have Queen's Design Pan Am Formula, and in P6 we have Technobus Racing. P7 is Wild Things Racing X tracc.eu Racing Team, and then in P8 we have Pulse Drive Racing Team. So now we move to the AM standings. So at the moment, we have Agostan Bata leading the championship in the AM class, seeing that Paige Azari and Bob Poplet getting promoted from the AM class to Pro class, and then followed by Gary Slater and Marcel Schux, both tied for P2 at the moment with 36 points. Then followed by Ryoma Kirihara in P4, Adrian Rabovka in P5, Tim Begren in P6, Ekim Aliboran Chen Soy in P7, Cosmo Marsh in P8. In P9, we have Kaito Nasa, and then Alex Torres completed in P10. And then further down the standings, we have Oriel Brew, Gal Benedek, Zait Sadi, Dayton De Sousa, Daniel Beaucamp, Vladimir Elshin, Jordan Brunch, Eric Gregis, and Tamas Fodor completing the AM standings in P19. So now in Pro Class, we have Alvin Wong still leading the championship despite not winning in Alton Park last time out. And then followed by Nils Senkowski in P2, taking P2 after a very triumphant campaign in the last round of Track GT3 Cup, and then followed by P3, which is Etron De Jong, close by 1 point from Senkowski. And then P4 we have Alvaro Vicente, and then in P5 we have Daryl Young, Ruby Nakamata in P6, Ben Plowman in P7, Paige Azari, who just got promoted from AM to Pro in P8, Isaac Umbers in P9, and then Tina Curtis down in P10. So further down we have Scott Brewer, Abe Calsford, Julian Strasser, Michael Dieringer, Albert Georg, Thomas Krishai, uh, Alex Kurto, Bob Poplet, Yuan Shilin, Asen Yampaya, Seong KP, Julia Metzner, and Anna Foster, completing the AM standings down in P23.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited for this race because not only are the top 3 in Pro, but also the top 3 in AM are very, very close to one another in the points. More so the AM than the Pro class. So I'm excited to see how the results of this race will affect those points standings, and generally how it affects the drivers racing coming into
Yeah,
this.
I would say that the promotions in each season that we have, mainly involving Paige Azari and Bob Poplet back in Alton Park, they showed a huge pace deficit on the Amfield, which which of course in merit would get them promoted up to the pro class. So now the pro class looks very close. They look closer than ever at the moment, with Agustin Bata closely followed by Gary Slater and Suk. Basically, the top 3 in the AM Championship being separated by just 2 points between each other.
So, yeah, a lot of people are going to be pushing to see if they can, break that barrier of the car in front of them. Which, I don't know, I personally really am a big fan of points championships that are decided by close points racing throughout the entire season.
Yeah, pretty much. I'd say that this season, I predict is gonna have quite a number of explosive moments as well. Considering that we're now in the third round of the championship, and you could say that we are in the halfway point of of this season, and now we have theoretically 4 cars in the running for for pro at the moment. So we have like Alvin Wong, Sikowski, De Jong, and Vicente as well. So these 4 drivers, I'm pretty sure, are going to be the ones to look out for, from this point onwards.
Yeah, for sure. Though, since we are at the halfway point, there's still plenty of opportunity of those people in the mid packs of both AM and Pro to make some form of comeback. But that's under the assumption that the very strong drivers up at the front of their respective classes make those mistakes and don't keep that consistency. Not something that's impossible and to see, but I feel like at this point in the season, the people at the front of the field have kind of proven themselves to be there.
Yeah, still though, if they blink, if they make a mistake somewhere, I'm pretty sure like quite a lot of drivers in the field are gonna be hunting down for like as many points as they can gain. And given that we are currently in Suzuka, one of the most challenging tracks in the world, and at night as well, yeah, I'm pretty sure the drivers are gonna be having a a heck of a lifetime on driving around this track. I'm pretty sure like the track width might be a problem to some, but I'm pretty sure like these drivers are going to make moves somewhere that we might not expect.
Yeah. Yeah, there's plenty of turns that will definitely bring in a lot of opportunities, especially with the rain you mentioned. That will definitely bring another variable to the race. A lot of people keeping that in the back of their mind as they kind of prepare their strategies for the race here.
Oh yeah, indeed. So basically, what I got from insider info for a bit from some of these drivers who were practicing for this race. So from what I heard, track conditions were not optimal at the time. So maybe we might see some shakeups here and there, but basically the lack of grip for some, might hinder the performance of some, from their usual pace that they're doing. And, we might see some dark horses appearing, at least for this race.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of variables that could breed a lot of mistakes from a lot of these top placing drivers today.
Yeah, yeah, and actually, as we speak, I actually want to point out something. So we're currently watching Alvin Wong, currently going through a lap. We're currently in qualifying, under 17 minutes to go, and as you can see right now, he has changed his vehicle for the mid-season, for the middle part of the season. So he went from Porsche into the Aston. So both very, I would say, radically different cars, at least in terms of the drivetrain layout. So how do you think he would handle this change of the car?
Well,
How's he looking right now?
I mean, changing a card mid-season does pose some challenges, where if everyone else around you is keeping to the cars that they started with, you're going to be the only one who's kind of, even if you practice, a fish out of water when it comes to using it in race around other drivers, especially in this field. So I feel like that's going to pose a challenge, but Wong is the leader of the pro class, so this might be a walk in the park. We don't. I haven't. For me personally, I haven't seen him drive the Aston Martin before, so he could potentially turn out to be an ace in this vehicle, or he could have a bit of trouble at the beginning of this race while he kind of gets to grips with everything.
Yeah. So either way, we can't wait to see how Wong does things in Suzuka. It might be a turning point for him this season. Be it good or bad. But yeah, I was actually quite surprised by his move to the Aston, because I was thinking like he might go for maybe something a little bit similar to the Porsche's drivetrain. Pretty sure it's the only one that is a rear engine car. But I'm pretty sure he would have gone at least to a Lamborghini, something like a Lamborghini, a McLaren 720S Evo. So it caught me off guard when he chose the Aston, because at least from my experience racing a V-Track a couple of weeks ago, the Aston is quite heavy despite it having pretty good turn in. But I'm pretty sure like Alvin will, I'm pretty sure Wong will, get to grips with this vehicle. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this change?
I think honestly, if it's the vehicle they feel more confident in, it's probably going to benefit them. I'm assuming they didn't slouch on practicing for this, so I trust that they're warmed up enough to be confident to bring it out on track today.
Yep, indeed. I'm pretty sure one way to find out is, probably in a couple of minutes after qualifying's over. At the moment, he hasn't set a lap yet. I'm pretty sure he's in the middle of setting a lap right now as we speak. At the moment, we're looking at the current provisional pole sitter in AM class. So we have Ivano Chensoy in the Ferrari 488 GT3 Evo. This is also another kind of unexpected change. At least on his side, because I would have thought he would be going with the Reiter. I know he's still in grips with the Reiter, at least at V-Track at the time, but but yeah, seeing him in the 488 as well. We haven't seen that car in a while, ever since the 296 was released at the time. So, it'll be interesting to see how he performs. So at the moment, we're watching Yuan Shilin, currently they're in P3. And actually, as we can see on the timing boards right now, Alvin Wong and De Jong, they both set the same exact time down to
down
the
to
3 milliseconds. Damn.
Yeah, they are. So clearly, the car change is not affecting Alvin Wong here. They are neck and neck with Dijon, like in the first round. I feel like these two are going to be fighting quite a lot for the lead here today at the on track, which is going to obviously bring a very entertaining race for us to watch and commentate on, and for the folks at home.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this battle brewing out, because like seeing that Wong and De Jong have been in combat since the beginning of the season. Having seen that top two battle for batters, right? So, yeah, I can't wait to see how this brews up because at the moment they're in the low 59s, at least in quality trim. So, we might be able to see a sub 59, but I'm probably just being a bit ambitious. But seeing as them both being in the class of their own at the moment, we might see that happen. Well, as I say that, we just gone sub 59s. A 158.922 for Alvin Wong at the moment. So how's De Jong gonna respond? Oh, 110 110 is in the 59s.
Neck and neck.
So
neck
Wong,
and neck with each other right now.
158.9. Oh, that is amazing. That's an amazing lap from Wong.
I was gonna jump in and say I don't think seeing that sub 59 time was gonna be like wishful thinking. These guys are pushing these cars to their absolute limit right now.
Oh, definitely. And now we're seeing Vicente coming through the line in P5 at the moment, but 1.1 seconds away from pole. So yeah, definitely in the class of their own is Alvin Wong and De Jong. At the moment we're seeing Daryl Young up to P6 in the number 9 Bentley of Wild Things Racing.
Whoa!
Oh, into the wall they go. Oh, that's a very big hit.
I think they were just kind of done with their qualifying and wanted to go out at a blaze of
glory.
glory.
It's fine. But yeah, they got 10 minutes left, so anything could still happen,
For sure.
And yeah, now we're seeing Sinkowski coming through 130R, dropping down a gear maybe. But yeah, so far so good. Probably mounting the inside curb for good measure. But yeah, coming through the Casio triangle. Ooh, gonna have to mount the curb a bit there in the GTR.
In the track, I don't think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, car stopped in the track. Well, might not be the ideal position to be in, but yeah, coming through the start finish straight. Where is Sinkowski gonna be landing himself in? So let's see, from P11 up to P7. Oh, yeah. So currently from P5 down to P8 is currently a little bit tight. So 6/10 covering the P5 to P8 at the moment. So yeah, so far looking really good at the front. But yeah, at the moment we're seeing Isaac Umbras doing he did a 201.7. So yeah, he might probably need to amp it up. I'm not sure if this might be race pace practice at some point, because I know some of us might be doing that in the middle of qualifying. But I think at the moment, if he does set a lap time, I'm pretty sure he could try and jump a couple of positions, maybe up above Scott Brewer or maybe Julian Strasser, But yeah, as we speak, we're currently looking at the AM class at the moment. So now, currently in provisional pole for the AM class goes Ryoma Kirihara, up in P16 overall, but currently provisional pole for their class. They actually overtook, I'm not sure if they overtook Ben Plowman, but or maybe Plowman just set a lap time at the time. But yeah, Kirihara doing quite well actually, 4/10. Up against Sux in the 33 Audi. But yeah, seeing that Kirihara actually had a really good qualifying pace. Can't wait to see where he jumps up to. But at the moment he's in a bit of a comfortable position, at least for now. But yeah, a lot of things could be brewing up in a matter of 8 minutes, pretty much, as we go on board with Albert Georg. Yeah, coming through the back straight, exiting Spoon, and coming through 130R. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a downshift through here, because if you don't, you will run quite wide on the exit. But yeah, at the moment, I'm pretty sure that looks a bit conservative. But so far, so good. So far, looks clean onto the Casio triangle, bumping up the curb into the chicane. We go, and yeah, onto the final corner. Where is he gonna go at the moment? Currently, he's in the lower half of the pro class right now. So P12 overall, up to P9. Yeah, solid lap so far. But yeah, give us your thoughts at the moment, Soleil.
Currently, everyone seems to be showing really good pace. Uh,
Well, yeah, top
uh,
three are in the class of their own at the moment
yeah,
because Ruby Nakamata is actually 9 tenths off from pole, and the closest, at least the furthest one away, at least uh, less than 5 tenths at least from pole. So the
yeah.
top three are in the class of their own at the moment. Oh, someone spun in the Mercedes. While things racing, I'm pretty sure that might be Alex Curto in the background. So something might be wrong with him. Maybe clip the curb at the exit. What do you think?
I'm not sure. I couldn't really make it out from the angle we got, but yeah, definitely got something that made him lose a lot of grip there. He slid for a minute.
Oh
Um,
yeah, pretty
but
weird place
no,
to spin on, but it is quite easy to catch your ears onto the curb if you're not careful enough. Probably the
yeah,
fronts are a bit too low. It might
Kirby,
happen.
Kirby can be your angel or your devil, depending on the track. But no, the top three of Wong, Dijon, and Lin right now are, yeah, like you said, in a class of their own. They are probably at the beginning of this race definitely going to pull away from the rest of the field if this is any indication of about how their race pace is going to be. Um, uh, Currently, as I'm saying this, Dijon makes a position up on Wong here with a 158, 877. No, sorry, not a 158, 877. Let me get the best.
No, it is a
Oh no, you're right.
158.877. So De Jong took provisional pole from Wong. So 400ths of a second. Wow. Okay, this
These
is
two,
growing up to be
these two, literally
yeah.
trading blows back and forth. They're like, "Oh, you said a better time? Let me come right over here and topple that real quick."
Yeah,
These
but
two are
I'm not sure if this is up on their time at the moment, but Alvin Wong coming through the final corner. Where is he gonna go? He's sticking up the inside for a bit, maybe taking a bit of a slipstream from the Audi ahead of him. There you
oh
go!
gosh,
158.5, 3 tenths of a second.
and
Three
blow
tenths
is
faster
returned.
than De Jong. Wow,
These guys,
that is a
do
huge blow
these
to De
guys are
Jong.
fighting for this pole right now.
Oh, indeed. And now we
I
have our track man at the moment. So Julian Strasser coming through the final corner. What place is he gonna land in at the moment? Currently he's in P7. Is he gonna jump up to P5?
stick that
Not
Bentley right into the
bad.
top five.
There you go. Up to P5 goes our Trek Bentley. Yeah, and then there's another Bentley as well, Daryl Young. Coming through the final corner on the start finish straight. Where is he gonna go? Is he gonna fight Strasser? There you go. Bentley 5-6.
We
It's a third
we
row for Bentleys.
we have a fight for the lead and a fight between the Bentleys right now. It's-
Yeah. And you know how we had a talk earlier with, seeing, we thought we'd be seeing one Bentley, but now we're seeing two, you know?
yeah,
One more Bentley is always better than having no Bentleys.
for sure.
But there you
No,
go, Ryoma Kirihara up to P12. Oh wow, jumping quite a lot of pro drivers as well.
yeah.
So he's been showing a really, really good pace at the moment with a 2:0.767.
Perhaps if his performance in race is good enough, maybe he will join some of the other drivers in a promotion to the pro class.
Yeah, I believe last season he was in pro, but I believe like this season because we have a lot of world class drivers joining in as well. So currently he's in AM, but he's been doing really great in AM at the moment. Just probably hindered by some misfortune during the race, I believe. I believe he started in P2 back in Bathurst for the season opener, but P2 in class. But I believe he got sent back to the pit lane. Yeah, I saw him get sent back to the pit lane at the time. I'm not sure what happened on his side, but very unlucky for him. I'm pretty sure this might be a big break for the number 128 Aston going in.
Yeah.
But yeah, almost 1 second away from the next car in the same class.
Yeah, definitely a large lead. Definitely someone to keep your eye on here in this race today. As we're on board with Julian Metzner in the Ford Mustang, I have a very personal bias to the Ford Mustang, but that's just purely my love of muscle cars. Very excited to see them putting it up into 6th place here, maybe higher as they come to the end of their lap here. Give them a moment. Yeah, they're gonna put it in top 5.
Oh, you jumped Daryl Young. There you go.
I'm thinking the high-speed portions of this track are definitely helping to elevate the car here. Definitely giving them a bit of an edge on top of the other ones. Mostly, my hypothesis is mostly helped by the fact that there's a lot of Nissans up in the top 10 of the field right now. A lot of high-speed cars are definitely getting an advantage.
Yeah,
here.
we're seeing like what 4 Nissans here at the moment.
Yeah.
So the home crowd's gonna love this.
Yeah.
seeing as they're local cars ripping up the track and being majority of them being in the top 10. So really good result for the Japanese manufacturers.
We're looking at Dijon here. I believe yep, this is a valid lap for them.
Ooh, mounting the curb.
Their delta is about a second up. Not a second, a 10th of a second up. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, 10th of a second up, but he has
which means if he can,
3/10 to make it. Yeah.
If he keeps this up and he can keep adding more time to this, we're definitely going to see another blow here and potentially the pole for the entire qualifying session, as we only have a minute left.
Yeah, indeed. So it's currently looking like a 2-horse race for the top spot in qualifying, as we have under a minute to go, 40 seconds as we speak. So Alvin Wong has already pulled to the pit lane, so that's it for his run.
Yeah,
and I think De Jong might have run a bit too wide out of Spoon. That might have been an invalidated lap, but we might have to see for now. So picking up a bit of slipstream from one of the in-the-wall Nissans, and a bit of dust kicking up as well. That might be affecting him a bit. It's fine. Yeah, currently we're watching Tina Curtis probably setting the final lap of the race, because now it's under 10 seconds to the end of the qualifying. So checker flag is gonna go out right about now, and yeah, Tina might have gone a bit wide there, but I think I don't know. I don't know what their lap time's gonna look like. They might improve, they might not, but we shall see in a bit as we cross the finish line right now. And well, they didn't improve in the time. So De Jong completed the lap, and there you go. Alvin Wong gets pole position.
The two of them block it out that 1-2 once again.
Oh yeah, I was gonna point out that in the top 4 at the moment, so we have Yuan Shilin in P3 and Ruby Nakamata in P4. They both are separated by 0.02 of a second. But they're both in the pit lane right now, so no improvements there. It's all right. But yeah, currently we're watching Albert George completing his final flying lap, going through 130R, mounted the curbs a bit, might have gone a bit wide, but so far still in the track limits. And into Casio Triangle we go. Might have not bumped the curbs as much through there, but it's all right. Is this going to be an improvement? Is he going to get Ryoma Kirihara at least for P11? We shall find out. So he's currently 700ths to beat Ryoma Kirihara at least. There you go, P9. Oh, I thought it was almost the same time as Julius Strasser, but 200ths of a second separate them now.
I have to say that this was a very fun qualifying battle to watch here for the pole position. Definitely a highlight for those two drivers, as we're here with Bob Poplet in the
definitely they're both showing their strengths, and at the moment Alvin Wong gets the better of it so far, but of course no points are awarded. I believe no points are awarded for qualifying, right?
Now that I'm aware of,
but I believe it was fastest lap. You get 1 extra point for the fastest lap of the race, but not for pole position, if I recall correctly. But yeah, here we go. So would you do the honors of the grid walk?
Oh, the grid walk. Okay, so starting us off at the front of the field, we have Albert Wong. We got the 87 of Dijon. We got Lin in 3rd. We got Ruby Nekomata in 4th. We got Julia Metzner in 5th. We got Daryl Young in 6th, Alex Curto in 7th, Julian Strasser in 8th, George in 9th, Vicente in 10th, Sentowski in 11th, Kirihara on pole for AM in 12th, Bob Potlet in 13th, Isaac Umbra in 14th, Curtis in 15th, Brewer in 16th, Seong in 17th, Sooks in 18th, Ploman in 19th, Page Azeri in 20th, Slater in 21st, Berggren in 22nd, Marsh 23rd, Sensoi 24th, Bata 25th, Sadi 26th, Bulkwamp 27th, Kaito Nasa in 28th, and rounding out the field is Lathors in 29th.
Wow, that's almost 30 cars on the grid as well. So
Big field for us today.
yeah, very big field. So being at night in Suzuka, and yeah, so far it's looking dry for the race. So thankfully, no chance of rain observed at the moment. So what do you think? What do you think might be going down at turn one? I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a battle of these two at the front. So
Oh,
Wong
absolutely.
and De Jong. I'm pretty sure they might be side by side on the run through the corner, but it might be a game of chicken as well, you know?
Yeah, especially with the size of this field, I feel like especially for the front cars of the grid here, you just want to make it through that first turn as smoothly as quickly as possible, because you have potentially a maximum of 28 other cars coming up right behind you, and you gotta get out of the way before someone decides to be a bowling ball and wants to hit a strike with the other cars. But no, as we get moving here for a rolling start, what are you thinking is going to happen here in turn one for the race?
I mean, if I want to say, if I want to say something, last time we raced here, not in TGT, but in another series, so V-Track. So we saw a quite a number of incidents coming through, coming through turn one and turn two as well. So we might probably see that happening in the midfield because, like, as we're seeing right now, I'm pretty sure the midfield, the mid pack, might be in the most dangerous position. So
Yeah.
they have to, because they have to be mindful of cars in front and the cars at the back as well. So as long as everyone keeps it safe through turn one, I think we should be fine because turn one is very fast. And you have to start braking there. I mean, at least on the flying lap, you have to start braking there. But on a race, especially on a race start, you have to put the brakes a bit earlier. Put the brakes a bit earlier than that. So basically, your brake markers are not the ones outside of the track. The brake markers, the 50-meter board or whatever, but the cars around you will be your braking markers.
Yeah.
So if the car ahead brakes, you have to brake as well. You have to follow them. So we might probably see some miscons happening along the way. But yeah, I have faith in this grid. They might keep it safe. I might probably jinx it at some point, but
commentators curse the
hopefully
first
not.
turn.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if anything is to go, if anything was to go by, we've done quite a number of commentators because as we speak. But well, hopefully, we have a very, very clean grid, very clean race throughout. Of course, there might be some battles here and there, but yeah, especially for these two at the front because they're fighting for the overall championship.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line for the top two going into the start of this race.
Oh, definitely, because if these two were to be involved in any incident between themselves, don't discount Yuan Shi Lin or even Alvaro Vicente, because they're going down whenever these two make a mistake, so they got to keep that in mind. The GTRs, the Godzillas are on it,
Yeah, Ruby Nakamata is also going to be another driver looking for opportunities to make as many points as they can here, looking for the leaders to maybe make mistakes. So
reigning champion of TGT last season as well. So they qualified in a really good position. I think it's second row on the grid.
They're
as well. So
fourth overall on the field.
Yeah, the fourth overall. So let's hope we have a very good a very clean race throughout, and you know, hope for some really good battles coming through as well. So yeah.
As we come through the casino triangle here to the start-finish line.
So yeah, I'll
Everyone's
leave
gonna
you with the
start.
honors of doing the race
Yeah,
start for
for
now.
sure.
Oh wait. How are we
Everyone's
gonna do
starting
this?
to clump up here for the race start as we come to the line too wide. We're gonna see how everyone gets on here.
Messner might be a bit close. Hopefully they don't land themselves with a penalty with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far looking good. So all the cars are gonna go to the grid, and yeah, rolling start.
And we are green here at Suzuka. The leader's immediately moving in to make that first turn. People in the back fanning out. 3, even 4 wide, it looks like. As we come down to turn 1, the leader's making it as smooth as possible for themselves. Everyone trying to make sure to not cause contact coming through here. And it seems like everyone made it through the first turns with no issues as we come into the S's. These sweeping turns giving a lot of people opportunities to make those early passes as everyone's trying to get their footing here. Everyone's scrambling for position. The leaders nose to tail with each other right now as they make a massive separation from the rest of the field. Wong
Wow,
currently leading.
already I think like they've already checked out this early in the race. So yeah, Alvin Wong getting the head start in the grid, and yeah, but currently he can't rest easily because De Jong is currently right behind him. That very distinctive yellow car coming up on his tail, so he can't afford any mistakes or even to relax as well. So they definitely so Wong definitely needs to sort out, you know, being consistent, probably pressure De Jong into making a mistake as well, and De Jong, of course, having to pressure Alvin Wong into a mistake, you know, but they have to keep themselves in pace as well.
Of course. The top 2 also currently right now have like about a 2-second gap to the car behind the 2 of them.
1.4.
1.4?
1.4 from P2 to
Yeah.
P3.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
They
as we
are-
can see, actually,
their
Ruby Nakamata
qualifying
in the podium
pace was
position.
yeah, their qualifying pace was definitely a sign of how this race was going to go. Dijon,
Oh, definitely. This is gonna be a 2-horse race as we're looking at the moment. But yeah, coming through the final corner they go to finish their first lap in this T-Prix. As we see Scott Brewer.
Scott Brewer's
what
off.
happened to him?
Yeah,
Oh, Scott was off. I think.
I think they
would that be a
they might have
collision?
overshot.
No.
Paige,
Okay.
I think that's Paige Zuri behind them. Paige
Oh,
was a
Paige
very
coming on the
aggressive driver in
outside.
Bathurst. So
Oh, that's a bit.
yeah,
Oh, it's very sketchy. That's very sketchy.
definitely, yeah, definitely some contact. Something we've seen from the car that caused them to crash a lot in the first race, especially. So that's
Yeah,
quite
those
unfortunate.
side-by-side contacts
I
are
don't
not.
I don't know if
yeah.
that was net code or not, but it'll be up to the stewards to decide, and I trust them to make a good decision on that. As we
Yeah,
come back to the
definitely.
lead here.
I mean, from my point of view, it looks like they both were very, very close to each other. But yeah,
There was a very small
like you
gap
said,
that they went for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it to the stewards. But yeah, currently battle for the lead is still on right now. But so far, I think Alvin might have pulled a tiny bit of gap, maybe a tiny bit of advantage over De Jong. So gap is currently at 0.4 of a second as we see these two in the wall GTRs trying to make a move on Julian Strasser for P8, and yeah, there's also quite a pack of cars ahead of each other. So I think this is a battle for P7. So Alex Curto, actually no, it's not just Alex Curto, it's Julian Metzner. So it's a battle for P6. It's a 4, probably 5 car train coming on through this one. Oh, but yeah, there you go. It's a tiny bit of oversteer for Julian Strasser. And looks like Vicente might make a move. Ooh, switches back to the inside. Can he make a move? Into 130 yards. They're side by side into 130 yards. Side by side still. Oh, they came together. They came together.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
They keep control. They could have got the car rolling again from there. But both of them are in the sand trap now. To make our way back up.
Definitely, yeah. I mean,
a lot of contact early on here.
I mean,
Very.
there was a bit of gap into you know, for the GTR, but I'm pretty sure like 130R is definitely not one of those corners where you can go
That,
side by side together throughout the corner.
that is a very technical but also very fast corner to hit, going too wide. It's not. It was definitely not the safest place they could have made that move, but um, uh, it looked
Oh
like
yeah, first few minutes already, we have quite a number of quite a number of
yeah, there's
interesting incidents, but of course it doesn't this doesn't distract us from the current battle for the lead of the race. So far they're not making much of a mistake, so I think they're still 1.5 seconds away from the rest of the pack, as we see Isaac
yeah,
Umbras battling with Sion KP, and right behind them they got Albert George. So, Albert George a bit unstable there. Oh, that's probably gonna give Sucks in the number 33 Audi probably a chance to gain a position, even though they're not in the same class, but still, it is track position overall.
Well,
So,
Sooks has got to make up a lot of ground here to catch Kirihara, who's now up into the top 10 of over the overall
wow,
field.
P9 at the moment. That is
Kirihara
very
quite a show
quite
here.
far up ahead
But
for
yeah,
an amp
no,
driver as well.
Sooks definitely has to make these passes
Ooh,
here.
that
if
was
he
very
wants
close
to-
from Isaac.
Oh,
That was really close from Isaac because
yeah.
because at Spoon it's it's quite hard to judge your braking there because it's a very flowy corner too. So
We got some
I'm
flashing
not sure
lights.
for Isaac. Yeah,
Isaac,
flashing lights.
Isaac seems to be a
decided
bit
to
upset
distract.
here.
Oh
As they
yeah,
come
definitely something must have
Yard.
gone on. But so
Mhm.
far, KP defending his place pretty well. But yeah, I was gonna ask, like, did you notice what happened to Albert George? Because I believe they lost quite a number of positions
Yeah,
at the
I
start.
saw that on our little timetables that we
Ooh,
have
Dijon
here.
was off
They
track for
lost
a
a
bit.
lot of positions in lap 1. I'm not sure why, but they did drop a decent bit down the field.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, still, the battle of the lead still goes on. Actually, I was gonna point out that De Jong had a bit of a moment coming through the exit of turn 2. So, so far it hasn't caused too much. So far it hasn't costed too much for him. But yeah, so far this early in the race, we still got like 53 minutes left for this race. And yeah, this early on, this aggressive. What
This
do you
first 7
think?
minutes has felt like an hour.
Yeah, indeed. Like, do you think? Okay, this might be a bit of a talk, as things go on at the moment because we have a mandatory pit stop that everyone has to go to. So they have to change the tires. We have a mandatory tire change that's gonna happen, probably midway through the race. But yeah, like the Jean pushing this early. Do you think he should push this early, or do you think he should,
I
at least keep it with the gap and fight for at least the second half of the race?
I think with the pace the two of them currently have, I think it's within his best interests to kind of conserve those tires because currently right now he's setting the fastest race lap with a 159.180. So they're very clearly pushing to try and keep that gap as small as possible, but that might end up kind of wearing their tires down a bit too much. As we look to Umbras here, who's making a little push on
that
the
was a
inside,
squeeze.
taking the Kobayashi line as he makes his way off track.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, very, very interesting from
That was
Sion KP.
that was a pinch and a half there. Isaac, I'm
Yeah, I'm not
surprised I'm
sure.
surprised Isaac didn't back out of that one.
Yeah, indeed, because like I'm not sure if they were already alongside when they were squeezed or something, but yeah, definitely stewards will have to look at this as well. But yeah, so far KP still in the front of the pack for P12 overall, and yeah, currently
Albert George tries to make the pass here. I think they made it cleanly, unless there's
they
going to
made
be
it
some sort of
cleanly, yeah.
rebuttal from Steung.
There might be a bit of damage coming through the front of KP's car. I'm not sure if my eyes are fooling me at the moment.
I
but
don't know. I couldn't tell if they were making contact or not, because sometimes netcode makes that a bit difficult for people to see with the naked eye. Definitely against something for the stewards to check out. As
still...
Paige goes to make their pass on Sion KP. Page, definitely one of the more
Oh.
aggressive drivers in the field. So let's see how the two of them battle this out.
Ooh, KP dipped himself a bit into the gravel. Oh no, okay. I thought someone dipped themselves into the gravel a bit more, but
Page making their
Page
way.
has it into the inside. Maybe switching it back. Oh, not
They don't
really.
have
Okay,
the
so
run to
keeping
make
it safe.
They don't have the run to make the hairpin there, but they're definitely trying to look for opportunities here as we come down. Into I don't remember the name of the top this part of the track off the top
So
of
this
my
one's
head.
Spoon as we coming
coming
through,
up to
but
Spoon.
yeah, currently we're looking at the battle for the top three, for the final spot on the podium. So Daryl Young has already amped up his pace and currently sitting right behind Ruby Nakamata. So
So
these two are gonna battle themselves out.
I hate to barge in,
Yeah.
really quick, but Albert Wong and Dijon were neck and neck for for fastest lap overall there for a moment. Before
Hang on. Yeah, sorry to cut you off for a bit,
No,
but
no,
so
go for it.
far, full car train going on. But yeah, Azri was under pressure from Sooks right behind. I know these two are from two different classes, but wow, there's a lot happening right now.
Again,
So, of
for
course,
Sook.
yeah, KP being the bottleneck, being the cork in the bottle. For now, ooh, that was a bit of a whistly
A bit
moment
slippery.
for
Page is looking.
KP. That's gonna give Paige Azari a chance. And there you go, into the inside of the S's and
Sooks is
up
also
to
looking.
E13. Wow, yeah,
Sooks is
still
looking for
more
an
to come.
opportunity here. I definitely think Seong has definitely warmed up those tires a bit too much. He's slipping around a
Oh, a
lot.
bit of contact.
As him and Sooks make contact, pushing him off.
Oh, there goes Plowman.
And Plowman
Up into
seizes that gap.
P14. Wow.
A lot of great
pretty sure
racing going on right now.
Yeah.
We come back up to Daryl Young and Ruby Nakamata, who are nose to tail. So I think this is as they come through the turn here. Coming out of Spoon.
Yeah, this is for P3 as well. So
This is
Young.
position fight.
Yeah, Young indeed fighting for it for this early. But so far Ruby, might probably not have the pace at the moment. Oh, someone spun!
Whoa.
Oh, someone spun there. That's Julian Strasser in the Bentley. But wait, what happened there?
Bad day just gets worse for Julian.
Yeah,
here.
actually, they're one lap off. So is that another spin as well? Ooh, that might have been a bit of
that
an
was a
unsafe
risky
rejoin.
merge.
Ooh,
I have to have a look at that.
Yeah, it was on the line, but you know, hopefully nothing bad ever came up for that. I think yeah, it is very sketchy at best.
Sooks is
It's
looking to
fine.
get
We
past
see
Isaac Umbra here.
Sooks
Down at the Casino
actually,
Triangle.
Is it just me or Sooks didn't have his lights on? Because I don't see his DRL. The daytime running lights on.
Sooks doesn't have their headlights on.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little bit sketchy, but at the moment, I'm pretty sure they could see the whole track. It might be just the game, well, being the game as well. But yeah. Anyway, battling Isaac Umbras for P16 overall. Not for the class, but you know, of course, one position up. You know, overtaking Isaac will mean that he's one position closer to getting to Ryoma Kirihara. So, ooh, there you go. Dunlop hairpin, side by side, and there you go. Daryl Young
stick
up P3. Ooh, but yeah, now that Young has already overtaken Ruby, now the challenge would be having to pull away from Ruby. So, I'm not sure if Ruby might be struggling with pace or just you know, probably being a bit less defensive than usual. But of course, now Ruby's on the attacking side. She might probably come up with something down the line.
Yeah, for sure. Plowman and Aziri are currently battling nose to tail right now, coming up to, I believe, Spoon. See if Plowman can make any moves here on Page. Just looking for it. Definitely trying to find that inside line, make it easier for himself to pass.
Yeah, indeed. So
Page just has the pace right now.
Yeah, she indeed has the pace right now, but of course, being in an older car, I'm not saying like being in an older car is is a big disadvantage for Azri, because as we've seen for the past two races, she was she was rocking it with the Vito Vantage, but
Mm-hmm.
of course now that she's already promoted up to pro, now the challenge would be how she would blend in with the pro drivers. So as we see, I'm not sure what happened here with Sion KP. Coming up to coming out the exit of Spoon, a bit of an
Ooh, gets
oversteer
bit.
moment.
Oh, right
That's
into
a
the
hit on the
tire
wall.
barrier. Oh,
Yeah,
that's a.
I think KP might have worn out his tires a bit too much. I'm not sure
Yeah, I think his
because
tires are cooked for sure.
yeah, I think it's just a Porsche thing, because like from what I've heard, at least from
Yeah.
previous gens as well, like i if it's not the tires, it might be the balance of the car, because like it's a rear engine car, and since the fuel tank is at the front, like you'll get more weight on the rear as as the thing goes on. Actually, no, I was a bit mistaken. That might have been Tim Berggren as well. But yeah, as I want to point out a bit, KP's teammate, Berggren, so far doing fine in P5, but of course they got Vicente at the front, who were recovering from a crash with Strasser earlier. But yeah, so
Um,
far, looking like a very lively race as well.
yeah.
We're on to the first quarter of the race.
Yeah.
Under 45 minutes to go. But yeah,
These.
what are your thoughts so far? We're really action-packed, if you ask me.
I mean, so far, I've a lot of good driving from a lot of driver, a lot of the field here. Not a lot of drivers. um, definitely some upsetting moments for a few drivers here. Some moves that didn't really quite stick, but overall, really good racing from everyone.
Yeah, indeed. And well, we're gonna add one more to the list, which will be inter-team battles, because these two that we're watching right now, Alex Curto and Julia Metzner, they
Both
both
Wild
are
Teams
in
race,
Wild
but
Teams Racing. So
do
yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do. I'm not sure if they have team comps for this one, but I believe they are free to race with each other regardless. So
yeah.
if Metzner is faster, Alex might let him go. But of course, as things are right now, they both are a bit equal in pace.
Yeah, for sure. Um, I see. The thing is, it's like, I don't think any of the teams here are going to be that finicky about having specific team orders and desires for their team. But I do think that these drivers are definitely going to play it a lot safer around each other, because you don't want to be the person that takes out your teammate.
Yeah, of
Um,
course. Rule number one, the golden rule: never take out your teammate. Yeah.
yeah. But no, I just think we'll probably see a lot more safer racing.
Yeah, I mean they have to keep. I believe they have to keep it safe, because like, it's not wide enough for for at least a safe overtake to happen. But so every overtake that we might see later on might come as very a very brave moves, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. As we're back up here with Plowman, who's currently still trying to hunt down Paige Zeri for 13th place here. These mid-pack battles have definitely also been something to take note of. A lot of drivers in this midfield using a lot of opportunities of the other drivers' mistakes. I think also Plowman here is another car who's cooked their tires a little bit. There was a little bit of shake coming out of the corner. I don't know if that was either tires or the game being a bit finicky, but there was definitely a bit of
Ooh, that's very wide
lack of grip.
from Plowman. I'm pretty sure the tires might be a bit cooked, but that's gonna give a chance to Isaac Umbers right behind. I think they've already closed up like a few tenths of a second as we come to the start-finish straight to start another lap of racing. Yeah, these three are looking quite equal to each other so far. So yeah, they're pretty equal. So now it's 7/10, under 7/10 away is Isaac Umbers from Plowman. So this battle is gonna go it's gonna go quite on. I'm pretty sure like it's either they pressure the other car into a mistake, or maybe try and overtake somewhere.
I think for a few of those cars in that in that little group, they're definitely doing a battle of attrition, because Plowman cannot stay on those tires forever. If he's cooking them that hard, he cannot stay on those tires forever. Which means if Page can keep them from passing and keep their tires as clean as possible, then they'll probably have a couple more laps on them from the pit lane to achieve their advantage. As
Yeah,
we're on board
definitely.
here with Tina Curtis, who's chasing Kirihara, the leader for AM class, and currently the person holding the top 10 together here.
Ooh, yeah, definitely. I believe this might be a bit of a dilemma, especially if you're in a different class, because on one hand, you don't want to be racing too much with, with another car from a different class. So in this case, Ryoma might need to keep it a little safe. He can race against another car in the pro class, but of course, on the other hand, you don't want to disadvantage yourself by, not having the other cars in a different class between you and the next car in the same class. So as Curtis goes, okay, I thought that was a bit of an overtake going on, but yeah, they just went a little bit wide, and yeah, as I was saying, right, like this might be a bit of a tough choice for Kirihara as we speak. So on one hand, he's battling with another car in a different class, which is fine. It's not illegal to do so, So
Isaac Umber's
I mean,
pitting.
they're within their rights, pretty much. So and on the other hand, like he has to keep quite a number of cars between them and the next car in the same class. So in this case, Sook's in P2, so they have 5 cars between each other, and yeah, this is gonna be a little bit interesting, especially this early on. But I do believe that Kirihara would be able to defend himself against some of the other cars. It's just how long does this have to go on? Because from my experience racing with Kirihara, like he is a really good qualifier, like as we've seen early on. So he's got pole for the AM class for this race, right? But if you pressure him just a bit enough, they might, he might probably cause an opening. So he has to get himself steeled up, even though this is just a different class. But he has to keep it together as well, because he hasn't made any pit stops as well, So very, very hard decision to make.
Yeah, he's in a very precarious. Well, he's in not necessarily like a precarious position per se, but he's in a position where statistically on paper, like points wise, he's fine even if he loses this position. So there's not a lot of pressure on him to fight super hard for this position. But at the same time, like you were saying, he wants to keep that 5-car gap a 5-car gap.
Yeah, indeed.
So that to keep Sooks at bay here. But
we're just watching the battle for the lead coming up again. So this has been going a bit quiet early on. I think there were 5 tenths between each other. Oh, De Jong! Oh, that was an oversteer moment from them. Oh, that's gonna lose them quite a number of positions.
Beautifully.
Oh yeah, that's a really hard corner to save on, especially if you dip your rear tires into off track. That's a guaranteed spin. But well done from De Jong, save that. But yeah, that's gonna lose him quite a bit of time to Alvin Wong. But at the moment, so far, the gap has not lengthened too much. So
De Jong is definitely
either
keeping it within a second for sure.
Yeah, indeed. So I think I'm not sure what's going on with Wong, because like if I believe like within these two, between these two, if either one of them makes a mistake, like they're gonna take advantage of that regardless. They're gonna have the biggest advantage that they have so far. But at the moment, things are looking a bit like a stalemate. So I was gonna say it has been going on. We haven't talked much about the top 2 battle, even though they were 5 tenths with each other. So it's been going a little bit quiet. But a bit nose to tail from Plowman to Azari. So yeah, Plowman really eager to overtake Azari for 1 position in their class. So currently fighting for P13. Azari holding it really well in the Aston V12 Vantage. Really glorious sounding as well. I'm pretty sure the whole track would have heard it as well. We saw a brief yellow flag. but not much concern so far. But anyway, as I was saying, right, like the top two battle that was been going on, like it was a bit of a stalemate, but they still kept it between 5 tenths. So they might probably keep it safe. They might have probably kept it safe, you know, at least until the pit stops happen. But yeah, so far gap looks to be still 5 tenths away from the top two, separating the top two, and yeah, I mean. And I also want to point out that Alvin Wong has been probably struggling a bit as well because he hasn't been able to pull away from Dejean despite him
there's been
making a
no
mistake.
breathing room for him this entire almost 30 minutes now. Like,
Oh yeah.
he's been having to fight to keep Dejean at bay for about 12 laps now. So that's definitely going to wear, not necessarily on the car, but on the driver. Having to make sure that they're keeping themselves in kind of like calm space, with Dejean kind of circling them like a vulture, waiting for that prime opportunity to strike.
Yeah, indeed, and yeah, we can't wait to see how this battle will go on because you know, as things stand, Alvin still has a bit of advantage. Oh yeah, very close to the grass there. You don't want to be dipping any of your tires in that grass because it's either you'll understeer if you touch your front tire, front right, onto the exit of Degner if you dip the grass, or you dip your rear tires and get yourself into an oversteer, which, well, Dejean almost did, and thankfully he almost saved it. But
Taps Page Zero spins them all the way around.
Oh my goodness!
I don't think that was, personally, I don't think that was intentional. They were too close for that to be intentional. I think what happened there was Ploman broke a bit too late. But regardless, that gave Brewer a very good opening to make it through.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, a bit wide for there. Hopefully that's not a track limits warning. But yeah, really unlucky from Paige Hansering. She defended really well against Plowman, but I think, you know, it might have been because they battled quite a lot, like for a while now. I mean, we've already seen them battling since like probably 5 to 10 minutes ago as well, and you know, the fatigue might have come to them.
So
you know, it does
now,
happen, especially at the track.
Now that I believe 5-car gap has kind of turned into a 2 or 3-car gap now. For Sooks, though,
Sooks
in the AM class, he's just behind Page right now.
Time of the lifetime. Actually, I was gonna say Kirihara's actually into the pits for their mandatory pit stops. So Sooks is gonna take the currently the lead for AM class. But yeah. Someone's coming out of pits as well. That looks to me like a Mercedes. I might be wrong, but yeah, currently, you know, these two fighting each other is gonna probably disadvantage Ryoma in the long run. So, you know, Kirihara might probably have to make a move on as well. If he lands up in traffic after the pits, after his pit stop, he might be in a further disadvantage as well.
We'll just have to wait and see on that as we go back to Ploman, who's currently trying to regain those positions that he's lost here. Trying to get past the car in second, the current leader of AM class, sorry. Sooks here, as they come towards the hairpin. Again, this like chunk of about 5 cars have been giving us really good racing in the midfield here.
Yeah, indeed, and
even with the mistakes,
Sooks just let him go.
I mean, for Sooks, again, the same thing kind of applies for when Kirihara was leading their class. The like position, like having that position is nice because you have that padding of a gap, but like statistically on paper, you have those points kind of clinched.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a matter of like, you know, from a perspective of a racing driver, right? Especially in multi-class racing, like. We've already seen this happen multiple times, which, like, you know, they're not necessarily slower. It's just like their cars are not, you know, the same spec. So, in a way, in this case, is down to a matter of, I guess, skill level or pace, you know, on track pace. But, you know, seeing someone let them go, you know, for another, you know, for another car in another class, right? You know, that does leave a bit of a bittersweet taste, you know, because on
Yeah.
one hand, you're not disturbing the other car, but at the same time, if you're fighting for the lead of, you know, of say currently the AM class with Sooks, you know, by letting them go, you're also slowing yourself down,
Yeah.
and that might probably bite them back in the long run. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Yeah. As we see, I think yeah, these two, the top two,
Wong and Dijon
in the
currently
race at the
going through some
moment
lap
are
traffic.
yeah lap traffic. I believe that was Isaac Umbras.
Yeah. Isaac Number is in
So yeah, onto the final
7:22.
corner they go. They're still under 5 tenths against each other. How long has this been, man?
These guys are quite honestly, like I was thinking with how the qualifying kind of panned out that we would have at least a 3 maybe 4 car kind of fight here, but these two are quite literally in a class of their own. They
Oh,
have such a
definitely, yeah.
significant gap to the cars behind them.
Yeah, can you believe, like, you know, the next car behind them was actually 11 seconds. Actually, now 17 seconds.
It's quite
Uh,
insane.
Actually, no, it was 11 seconds, but, you know, I forgot. Daryl Young came into the pits earlier. So, Young, Nekomata, and Alex Curto, these three are coming down to the pits. So, you know, so hopefully they won't land into some traffic along the way. And, yeah, hopefully have a clean one as well. Ooh, De Jong almost into the gravel at the exit. But, of course, he has to. He has to push, regardless. But... of course, I think like now we're in the halfway point of the race. You know, of course, these two are gonna pit. They might pit at the same time. One might undercut the other. You know, De Jong might try to undercut Alvin Wong. You know, who knows? Because I believe in ACC, like undercut is pretty strong. Like you pit one lap earlier than the guy right in front of you, and the next lap, if you have a really clean lap, you're gonna come up ahead of them, you know, because like your tire's already warmed up.
Yeah, with these two
And you have
drivers,
more lap time, yeah.
I could definitely see them keeping it very, very smooth for their lap out of the pits. So we could see it undercut for sure.
Yeah,
As we
it's either undercut, it's either you pit, I don't, or if you pit, I pit.
as we come down the field to Daryl Young, who's currently battling
Oh,
with
he's into lap
Sooks
traffic,
here.
so he's into traffic as well.
Yeah, Sooks
Oh,
here for just to, it's not I don't think it was for position, but I think it was just to get by.
Yeah, it is net P3 because Sooks hasn't done a pit stop yet. So so that might probably leave a bit of a disadvantage to Young because right behind Ruby Nekomata, they might be chasing up to Darul Young at the moment. Oh, there goes a stop go penalty for car number 99. Beige
Oh,
has a
no.
stop go 30.
They're one of the drivers that have been having a kind of mixed bag of a time here today, and that's just going to add another to the not so great category of today's race.
Yeah,
That's
not
really
a great
unfortunate
day
for
in
them.
the office. Not a
I
great day
believe
in
there
the
was someone
office
else who
for-
got a stop go penalty. I don't remember what drive. I think it was Lathoris who might have gotten it.
Oh,
So, two people so far this race have had penalties handed out to them, which you know you don't want to see from any driver because a lot. I get like I like to constantly say, a lot of these drivers are really good drivers. It's just unfortunate in circumstance, I guess.
yeah,
For some of them
indeed.
to get slapped with these penalties.
But yes, currently we have Yuan Shilin, Julian Metzner, and Tina Curtis into the pits right now. Yeah, so far looking really fine with these drivers. Of course, the top two still 5 tenths away from each other. Ooh, a little bit wide from De Jong, but of course they need that wide exit. Yeah, coming through the back straight here before 130R, grabbing up a little bit stream. Every advantage as they can. Into 130R they go. So far, looking good. And into the hairpin, so into the Cassia Triangle, are they gonna pit right now? Ooh, they both cut the corner a bit, I think. Hopefully that won't be a track limits warning. Oh, a bit into the grass.
De Jong's going into the pits.
De Jong into the grass a
Very
bit as well.
sketchy pitch entry. Literally getting
Oh,
into the
yeah.
grass. I don't know if they're gonna get any trouble for that one. That might be something
Yeah,
that Stewart's
definitely.
also
I
look
don't
at.
I don't think it's gonna be much of a trouble because like I don't think it's like rejoining into the actual track itself. I mean, there's quite a big separation going on between there. It's just quite sketchy because it's grass.
Yeah. So, Paige is going to be joining a bunch of the other pit drivers to serve their penalty. We just saw there as we're here with Sion KP from Technoburst. Trying to make up as many points as they can from that start. Definitely doing way better now on those tires for sure. Those
Yeah, definitely
cleaner
a horrible
tires.
stint, horrible first stint from Xiong KP. So they came out P16 so far. I'm not sure how much positions is that in class, but uh, I believe they might be just outside of the top 10 in class. But yeah, I'm pretty sure like they have quite a lot to do, especially after that horrible first stint that they have. And yeah, I mean, seeing as how the Porsche is doing right now, they're not really doing great at the moment. So let's see, Bata's in the top three right now as we speak. So the championship, the AM championship leader, as we speak, is currently in P3 in class. So, and well, right behind is Gary Slater in P2. So they're technically still fighting for the championship. But yeah, I can't wait to see how they're gonna do in a bit. Go back up to P2, I believe. Yeah, De Jong's gonna try and overtake T Berggren, KP's compatriot, in the same car. Yeah, they both almost had the same color. Even I myself is very got very confused as
They
well.
make
But
some
yeah,
very
it's their
clean
own
pass.
personal colors, pretty much. So yeah, might be a bit of
Wong's pitting
confusion
now.
going on there.
Sorry,
Yeah.
so now it's becoming a race for Dijon to get back
Oh,
to the track here to see if they can make up that position.
yeah, Wong had to respond. Like, you can't like if it's gonna be an undercut, you can't be more than a lap. More than a lap after. Or you're gonna be at a huge disadvantage as well.
Dijon
But
still has like
yeah,
a decent bit of the track still to get through, so Wong
yeah.
still has an opportunity here to make it out of this pit stop scot-free.
Yeah, and I was gonna say De Jong might be a bit disadvantaged if they got held up a bit earlier by
Gap less than
Berggren.
20 seconds now.
Yeah,
So
but yeah, right now I think I'm pretty sure this is gonna be very very tight. But
Wong's
probably advantage to De Jong, but we're gonna have to see. At the end of the pit lane, I'm pretty sure that Alvin Wong's gonna come out of the pits. We can see the headlights there. And yeah, Wong still retains the lead of the race after the pit stop. So yeah, that that lap traffic might have been a bit of a holdup for De Jong.
bit of a run
Yeah, and
killer
actually
for
the
him.
gap got a bit bigger as well. So that might have played a part,
Less than a 2-second gap. Definitely still, they have plenty of time still here to recover. I think, especially with their tires not being as cold as Wong's, they're definitely gonna have at least a little bit of an advantage for a little bit. So I feel like they're gonna attempt to close that gap, as we're here with George back here in P12, as someone's kind of going slower there.
No, that's not traffic. That's Kaito Nasa.
Oh, okay, that's left traffic. Okay, that's fair enough for them to move out of the way. He's currently trying to catch the Nissan of Bob Poplet in front of him. They have I believe, 3-second gap to each other, so bit of work that needs to be done. But as it stands right now, definitely pushing for it.
Yeah, it does look a bit like George is actually carrying a bit more speed through the corners against the GTR. But Bard at one point, like you can see earlier, like the exit, I think George might have messed it up a bit. But yeah, I mean, if George keeps it up, I think he might be able to overtake Poplet in a bit, But there's gonna be quite a long straight coming up as well, so advantage maybe to GTRs.
For sure. I don't know. It seems it seems like right now Bob's kind of gonna have to make as much of a gap as they can before they get back to the more winding segments of this track, in order to keep that top 10 position to themselves.
True. But yeah, I mean currently they're P9 in class, so it's a battle for P8. Yeah, I believe it's a battle for P8 in class, in the pro class at the moment. But sorry, not P8, P9 in class. Uh, but yeah, I was gonna
Also,
say that yeah, look at that, the GTR is pulling away a bit in the straight, so I think that GTR might be tuned a bit more to straight line speed.
for sure. I mean, that's kind of like one of their main kind of advantages over the other cars in the field is just the amount of speed they can produce. Something I wanted to quickly kind of note is that Kiriara has also upped their gap of cars by 5 to I think 7 now.
Yeah, 7
Um,
cars as well, so quite a lot of quite a cushion he's got there. And yeah, I think in a bit we're gonna do a bit of a short rundown of the of the race at the moment. So currently, Alvin Wong still leading from De Jong in P2, 2 seconds away from the lead of the race, and then followed by Darryl Young in P3, and then Rubino Kumata in P4, Yuan Shilin in P5, and then Alex Kurto down in P6, Sinkowski up at P7, and then our leader in the AM class, Ryoma Kirihara, and then closely followed by Tina Curtis coming through the hairpin, probably trying to overtake Ryoma Kirihara as soon as possible, and then right behind them is is Poplet in the GTR, and then followed by Albert George in P11, Isaac Umbers down in P12, quite far back, P 15 seconds. And then there's Scott Brewer, P13. Ben Plowman down in P14. And then Seong KP down in P15. And then finally we have the P2. P2 in M class, which is Sux in the number 33 Audi. And then Julius Strasser recovering himself from an early racing incident with Vicente down in P17. And then followed by Batter, P3 in class. And then we have Gary Slater, P19, Team Berggren running a pretty solid race in, and then we have Team Berggren running a pretty solid race in P20, but P5 in class. And then down there we have Kaito Nasa, and then Ivano Shensoy, Zait Sadi, Cosmo Marsh, and Alex Latourus. I'm not sure if we have any more down there, but yeah, Latourus into the pits right now actually. And
I think they might be out of this race. They've been sitting there for quite a bit. They're 11 laps down. I think they.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna say down P25. So 4 other cars are missing, I believe.
Oh yeah, we did have a 29 car field. You're so right.
Yeah, we had a 29 car field, so we were not sure what happened to the other 4 cars, but yeah, and also there's Cosmo Marsh yet to serve the pit stop, so they still have time, 12 minutes, but. Oh, as we see, someone having a drive-through penalty. That is Scott Brewer. Brewer has a drive-through penalty for track limits, pretty much. Oh, is that the exit of turn 2? That might have not looked like it. I believe that might be either turn 1 or somewhere else.
Yeah.
But yeah, really tough luck for Scott Brewer. He just had a pretty nice overtake as well. I think 2 cars. Yeah, there was, I believe, Plowman and KP. Is that Plowman and KP or someone else? But yeah.
No, it's Plowman and Page Zuri.
Oh yeah. But yeah, currently we're seeing De Jong. De Jong actually eking out quite a bit of a gap to De Jong, Alvin Wong.
We got another drive-through.
A bit of a gap to De Jong. Yeah, drive-throughs are coming in left and right as well. I think that might be the chicane. That might be the Casio Triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's probably one of the easiest spots that you can cut a track. And we've seen quite a number of times that some of these cars were hopping onto the curbs quite a lot.
Yeah, so, a lot of people towing that line.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it is track advantage as well, but I kind of want to say I feel bad for the cones that's gonna be in there. We haven't seen them in quite a while, and I know they were there. But
We need to set
yeah,
up a missing poster on that corner. Have you seen these cones?
yeah, have you seen this cones? It's been missing
We missed
since
the $1,000
free
reward.
practice. It might have been missing since free practice even.
Oh no.
Ooh, De
Ooh.
Jong having a bit of a whiskey moment, but so far well saved from him. But yeah, that's gonna pull him away from Alvin Wong already. So I'm not sure what has happened to De Jong. They might have probably had a bit of a bit of a weird setting in the car. You know, something might be going on.
Could be that, a mix of probably pressure of trying to catch Wong, getting to him, trying to find that
Yeah, indeed. I mean,
every like millisecond they can.
yeah, they might have run out of juice to keep up with Alvin Wong. But yeah, looking at the last lap time, 1:59.7. So they're 1 second off from the best time for the first stint. So yeah, really
Starting to fall off
really
pace-wise.
interesting period for De Jong right now.
That is also giving Wong a bit of breathing room now too. Kind of
Yeah,
let him get
indeed.
into the flow. So Cosmo Marsh is coming into pit through their mandatory pit stops. They're 2 laps down.
Yeah. I think they might be involved in an incident before. I'm pretty sure because, you know, usually people are 2 laps down or something. They might have probably either been involved in a spin, or maybe in a crash somewhere that we haven't seen yet. But yeah, uh, not a good day for Cosmo Marsh if that's the case. But you know, I guess if you want to finish first, you have to finish. You
yeah,
know,
Bob.
so that's fine. I guess finishing this race is already an achievement in itself.
Yeah. As we catch up with Bob Poplet, who's currently trying to catch, I believe, Tina Curtis in the Lamborghini in front of them.
Yeah, I think Curtis being held up by Ryoma Kirihara at the front, even though they're in a different class. That's gonna give Poplet and possibly Albert George a chance to get up to P8 in class as well. So
Definitely.
I think. Yeah, so I think like if this keeps up, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like a 3-car train for the pro class.
That's gonna cause some very interesting racing, for
Oh,
sure.
definitely pretty close. Oh, that is very close.
It's one
That
thing to
was very
catch, it's another thing to
close.
pass. See if they go for it. I don't think they thought. I don't think they had the run for that. But definitely brought
No,
them a
they
little
didn't have
closer.
enough space on the inside, but it's fine. You know, better to keep it safe than to be involved in a crash. We've already seen a crash at the hairpin earlier, but yeah, thankfully, really good from them. To not be involved in any incident, but because of this, I think Ryoma Kirihara is gonna probably pull away for a bit. Yeah, because Curtis is now focusing on defending their place from Poplet, and they're both in the same class. So whether you like it or not, you're gonna have to defend it with your life. But yeah, look at
Yeah.
that. Oh, that's a great run
Ooh,
from the
GTR
GTR.
making a great
Ooh,
run, but getting
wow.
caught up. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think that's the turn to make the pass. So I honestly.
Is it gonna be like Casio triangle? Oh, not really. Okay,
No,
it's a bit
Poplet
too
wasn't
far.
able to withstand that run he was having down the straightaway.
Yeah,
Coming
indeed,
into
but
130R.
yeah, that looking at the helicam right now, you could see how close the GTR is actually getting at. We can actually see right now, like is Poplar gonna make a move down at turn one,
He's looking
down the
for it.
inside? Oh,
He
oh,
makes it smooth. Let's see if there's a response from
there
Curtis.
you go. Yeah, that's how
Curtis
you make a move through turn one. Amazing.
made that look like a cakewalk.
Yeah, that looks quite textbook,
Tina Curtis, though,
But
not going to let that go easily, making their way, trying to catch back up with the GTR in front of them.
Yeah, they're gonna have to keep up with Kirihara at the moment, as I think we see, right in front of Kirihara is actually Yuan Shilin, so they've already pitted for to serve their drive-through penalty, and Scott Brewer as well serving the drive-through.
Kirihara's
And yeah,
currently in a Nissan sandwich right now.
yeah, I think Lin could pull away from Kirihara, but if Kirihara can somehow find, I believe Kirihara might find motivation to overtake these cars because like, even though they're a different class, of course, being racing drivers, you want to one up someone, even though they're way different classes than you are. So, you know,
Yeah, as
this
well
is
as
just bragging rights for
yeah,
Kirihara, you know.
yeah. Obviously there's bragging rights on the table, but on top of that, he's also looking for like more cars to put behind him to keep that gap between him and Sooks. Make sure secure that first place for AM class for himself.
Yeah, indeed. Like, I was gonna say, like, Kirihara's probably emulating, what Paige Azari did when they were in pro. Oh, someone's gone off the road. I think what was that? Yuan Lin.
Oh,
Was it Lin off the road? Because I saw GTR just rejoin on the track. So something might have happened earlier. I'm not sure if that's Bob Poplet as well. Ooh, that's Bob Poplet. Oh, they just went wide onto the track. I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah. Oh, really caused a mistake. I don't think it's lost grip because it looked a bit like they clamped on the curbs on the inside 130R. Because if you do clamp on the curb on 130R on the inside, you'll be bouncing off on the runoff as well. You know?
I will say though, I don't think that slide off the track is doing anything to the car. He's catching up to Tina Curtis really
yeah, it's
quickly
catching up. It's still a lot of work, you know. It's one thing to catch up to them, it's another to overtake, like you said before. So, being in Suzuka as well, not really a great track for a lot of overtakes, but it does have its own quirks and challenges, But I think as long as Poplar keeps it clean, they should be retaking the position in no time. Maybe we'll wait at the back of the straight, as we've seen earlier.
He's looking for it. He might make the. He might make it here. Ooh.
No. I think Tina had a bit more grip on the exit, but
I will
of course,
say,
nose to tail.
Nose to tail, trying to make it side by side. Oh, come to spoon.
Oh, the spoon.
Side by side, he backed out. I think that was
very
probably
close.
I feel like that was the smart decision to make there. I feel like that could have potentially risked an accident.
Yeah, I mean, a la Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen back in 2018, but wow. Yeah, now we get to see the GTS prowess down the back straight. Oh, maybe into the inside of 130R. Oh, they're gonna have to. Oh, wow! Down the inside they go.
That was a
not over yet.
Pass. Tina's gonna try and make a pass on him here through the casino triangle.
Look who's entered chat. There's Albert George.
Making it a three-horse
having
race
a front
here.
row seat of this battle going on right now.
No, I was about to say, but Poplar was like, "Hey, I may have slipped up, but I may have slipped up, but you're running and I'm sprinting right now. So that gap ain't gonna last."
So a bit wide from Poplar.
Tina looking to take advantage, but I don't think they had the run for it.
I know, but like
tooth and nail for this position.
Yeah, this is gonna shape up to be one of the biggest fights in the race as well, because like this is all for class position too. So what's the Lambo have to offer in response to Poplar? What's the Lambo of Tina Curtis have in response to Poplar? And of course, being in the middle of the sandwich.
I mean,
being in the middle of the sandwich, you're gonna have to keep an eye on both the front and the back as well.
Yeah, with that mistake from Poplet though, I feel like Tina feels like would probably be feeling like they're in a good enough situation where if they can keep it consistent, Poplet might make another major mistake like that, and they can really take advantage. But I don't think Poplet's gonna want to make that mistake an opening for them as we look back to Sion KP. Who I believe...
indeed. But we actually got a bit of info for Latour's. Latour's into the pits. Apparently he was having a bit of pain somewhere. He can't breathe from the ribs. So we wish him we wish him good recovery for that. Oh, what is going on here? Been a massive kerfuffle going on at the S's right now.
Sion KP went wide, and it looked like Kaito Nasa kind of tunnel vision and followed him off the track a bit there. Luckily,
Yeah,
both of them made it back on the track without issue. But
yeah, and I
yeah,
saw
they definitely have to be careful.
and I saw the Zhong getting into a bit of a mess as well. But yeah, so far keeping the gap within 3 seconds, which might not be ideal at first, but you know what, better to keep it safe as well. Given that we have
Mhm.
under 6 minutes to go
Yeah,
into the
no
race.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no point
Oh, number
fighting
8 has
for.
a drive-through penalty. Zaid Sadi has a drive-through going on. So, you know, them being down there as well and having a drive-through to add salt to the wound as well. Not a good day for him in the office.
No.
And yeah, also not a really good day for in the office is Julian Strasser, who's currently looking to overtake another AM class driver who is Sux in P14 right now. Still P2 in class, but of course, yeah, I don't think Sux is gonna overtake these people. And of course, at the back of the
No.
pack, you see Etron De Jong trying to overtake these three. So, yeah, 3 cars separating them in front. Wow, what's De Jong gonna do with this?
I don't think I think he's gonna have to look for his opportunities to cut through the field here, but for Sooks, I don't think they're gonna be able to make up that gap, especially if Kirihara makes some sort of mistake. I
Yeah,
think right now they're in the kind of same boat as De Jong right now. Kind of settle down, keep it consistent, clinch that second place if you can. Because right now it's not really a case of position, but holding as many points as they can coming out of this race.
yeah, definitely. And now with Sooks letting go of the other pro drivers and De Jong as well, they are now right behind them is actually the car in P3 in AM right now. So championship leader championship leader Bata in the number 55 Porsche. Yeah, currently sitting really comfortably. I'd say a bit of a lonely race for them so far. But you know, I believe being a P3, being in a position at the moment, like, better to keep it safe because they're most likely playing it in the long run. And of course, championship rival, Gary Slater is actually behind them, so they're still gonna get a bit more gap. They're gonna eke out more gap in the championship standings.
Yeah,
But
for
yeah.
sure.
But yeah, Julian Strasser, yeah, definitely not. As we said earlier, not having a good day in the
No,
office.
that wreck early on, I don't remember which Nissan it was with, but
It was
definitely
with Vicente, I think. Yeah, it was with
Vicente.
Vicente.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
because
him and
Vicente was
Vicente getting
overtaking them.
together has definitely made
Mm.
this race for a lot harder.
I think
Unfortunately,
Vicente. Actually, speaking of Vicente, we haven't seen him throughout the race.
I think he might have
I think he
dropped
already
out.
retired.
Yeah,
Right, but yeah,
yeah, I'm
so
not seeing
far,
on the track sheet.
that's quite a very, it's a very action-packed race as well. And
Yeah,
so currently, I'm just gathering a bit of a list of, cars who have DNF. So, so of course we have Latours. We wish him well. Of
yeah, of
course, get
course,
well soon.
100%.
And who's it? Okay, so Vicente out of the race, and actually Julian Metzner out of the race as well. Apparently, as I looked into the inside info for a bit, they had a bit of an incident in the pit wall,
Oh,
and by that I mean I believe they got into the grass and bonked into the pit lane divider thing.
oh no,
Oh, so that's race over for
that's
Metzner in the Mustang. So the Mustang's out. The only
no,
Mustang in the race.
no,
Well, not a
no,
good day for you then, Salil,
no,
but yeah. And of course, Paige Azari in the V12, so we don't hear the V12 anymore.
no.
So the computer just had a blue screen, I believe. So, yeah. So I believe
A
these
lot of issues
three,
for folks
four.
today.
Oh yeah, definitely not good for the for the underdog gang. Yeah, definitely not a good day for the underdog gang in Suzuka, but of course, at least we have a few GTRs up at the front end. Of course, Darryl Young, the Wild Things Racing number 9 Bentley, up in the podium. So,
Bentley heads
you
up,
know,
cheering,
as
screaming.
yeah, of course, as a track staff, we are obligated to say, well done. We have to sing our praises to the Bentley. Uh, but yeah, it's okay. I was just making a jest of that. But yeah, anyway, leaders on the final lap of the race. So Alvin Wong keeping it steady from start to finish of the race. It might be a grand chelem for them. Well, minus the
Yeah,
minus not the fastest lap. But
I
yeah,
mean,
still domination from start to finish as well. Keeping themselves,
mhm.
still cool, calm, not under pressure from the likes
Yeah,
of De Jong.
definitely what helped Alvin Wong make the gap that he has right now is consistency we've seen through him lap after lap with lap. Where Dijon has kind of slipped up a bit and gone a bit wide or has missed braking zone. Uh, Wong has made it through almost effortlessly. It's kind of making me very happy that I didn't put I
Ooh,
didn't
someone entered gravel, apparently.
Ooh. I didn't put down his car change choice because it's clearly not affecting his performance at all here today. I thought it would
I
have a bit more of it might have caused a bit more of a challenge for him, but clearly it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I might probably say this, but I believe Alvin Wong might be stronger than ever as well. Having switched from the Porsche up to the
He's taken off
Aston,
his
I think.
training weights.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, the Aston is heavier than the Porsche, but it is way more stable. So that might be a thing as well. And yeah, I think we could go. I'm not sure where Alvin Wong is currently, but time is already
130
clocked
yard.
down to 0. Checker flag's already out, and Alvin Wong coming to the final corner, riding on
Really
board with him,
still trying
seeing the
to.
Ferris wheel for the final time, and onto the final corner we go. Onto the start finish straight. What a race! What a domination fest from Alvin Wong. He crosses the
The
line
flashing of
in
lights.
P1.
You can tell they're
Wow.
excited. As Dijon comes across
Yeah.
second place, I will say, we cannot say for a fact that Dijon was a slouch. The two of them were in a class of their own this entire race. And
Yeah,
Daryl Young will come across
indeed. And
third
of
place in the
course, Daryl
Bentley.
Young on the podium. Yeah, coming home in
Another,
P3.
another, another, another really good drive here, especially to Bentley. Not the car you would expect to see this far up in the field.
Yeah, Ruby
Ruby
Nakamata.
Nakamata will take fourth. I think Alex Curto will have a very safe fifth here to wrap up the top five.
But
As,
yeah, really wonderful race. We
no,
have the opportunity to witness the top two battling it out for, well, I'd say almost all of the race as well, almost the entirety of this race. We've seen them get really close to each other. It comes down to a game of pressuring one and the other. But yeah, ultimately, Alvin Wong comes at the top, and yeah, now
here
coming to
comes
the final corner
Kirihara
and
for
start
the
finish
M
straight.
class
Yeah, and there you go.
winner.
Ryoma Kirihara crosses the finish line to take his first
Also,
win
top 10
in
overall.
class. Yeah, P10 over P8 overall as well. So well
Definitely.
done. Yeah, well done
Well,
to the Am driver. Finally, he has a win to his name now in TGT.
both
That is his first class win.
both of the leaders of both classes, very dominant performances by the both of them.
Oh,
Definitely,
indeed.
this is definitely erased for the books for Kirihara for sure. Definitely putting everyone's head on a swivel for this driver. Um, but yeah, let's come here at the end. Any kind of final notes you want to talk about?
Oh, I mean, I've been keeping an eye on this race. I mean, like it's been very eventful to be honest. Like
Oh,
there might
start
have
to
not
finish, yes.
been much chaos, but in terms of the racing quality itself, I would say it is a very good race.
Yeah, the field of drivers definitely showing that that this is like they're all individually drivers to keep an eye on. A lot of them keeping it very clean, very smooth, for the most part. Um, uh, I so some unfortunate circumstances for obviously other drivers. Uh,
Yeah, definitely. Do you think this is the
but
best race of the season?
out of the ones I've commentated, this one is very good because the qualifying slugfest followed by the almost neck and neck race to the up until they pitted was
Mm.
an amazing spectacle to watch. Keeping an eye on Kirihara as he made his way through the field was definitely also really interesting.
Yeah,
The battle between
definitely.
that group of
And
5 was also a real highlight. A lot of good moves, a lot of
mm,
um,
I'd say like Alton Park still would be the best. Well, purely because of the chaos that happened as well. Of course, mixed weather, right? But yeah, I mean, this race on its own, even though it had no weather changes at all, I mean, and it's at night as well, so it makes it even more challenging, right? Like, it's actually really great, you know?
mhm.
It's actually really great. So, yeah, I mean, would you do you want to do the
Oh
outro?
yeah, yeah, for sure. I can close this out here. So with that, next week we'll be back with the VTuber challenge on Saturday, October 12th. So definitely come look out for that. Um, I believe they're going to Watkins Glen for the
Oh
race.
yeah, yeah. They're going
So
to Watkins
so
Glen.
some bowling
So,
at the Glen. Um,
mm-hmm.
I want to say a very special thank you to Amethysta for helping us with the broadcast today. Without them, we wouldn't be able to see some of the amazing highlights of this race. And also thank you to Psycho for joining me here today. It was a fun
Oh
time.
yeah, no problem. It's been an honor to
Uh,
to commentate with you, and
yeah,
yeah, maybe we'll get the same pairing at some point.
yeah, for sure. Also, one last thank you to everyone in the audience for hanging out, watching the race, joining us as we watch this absolute spectacle.
Oh
Um,
yeah. If you want
but
to join this race, you can also go to our Discord server, join our Simgrid as well. And if you've enjoyed the stream, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go like our videos, go like our streams as well. And we hope to see you on the next race. So,
we'll see you on the track.
yeah, you can do the outro.
Yeah, and with that, we'll see you on the track.
Yeah, see